When times like this comes, we will know we wouldn't have to look for somebody else to be blamed for. Because if you do that, then you don't deserve to be free. You don't deserve to be independent. You don't. You know, the main concept of being free is taking responsibility for your actions, for your doings, for your behavior, for whatever you do. You want to be free? That's the price that you have to pay. So freedom is not free, if you think about it, okay? Freedom is not free. So all of us in 2021, we made okay money, okay? But most of us did not have the discipline to foresee the future and save accordingly. We forgot that this industry is a cycle. We forgot that nothing is static, because we had a good times, and that is telling you now you have a good time. Make sure you save for the bad times. But we didn't do that. And unfortunately, because our own actions, we are taking this whole industry downhill, because we didn't save. We didn't have the discipline to maintain in good conditions our business. We are taking all of us down. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. So it is very, very frustrating when I watch YouTubers in the trucking industry, you know, when I watch truckers in their channels complaining about brokers, about that person or this person or someone else but themselves, and they continue complaining about the low rates, but they continue hauling those loads. They continue working for those people. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But because you did not plan, because you didn't want to see the future, you didn't want to see the cycle, or you forgot about the cycle, now all of us are paying the consequences. I did the best I could. I did my part. For the whole year, basically, I parked my truck because I did not want to be an accomplice. I did not want to be part of the people who are taking down this industry. I didn't want to be that person. I rather use my savings. I rather change a little bit my direction of my business. I invest in something else, because I refuse to haul cheap loads, or I refuse to help brokers getting loads from shippers for low rates, because that's what happened. This is my opinion. If I was a broker, I will do the same. Okay? Hear me. This is what happened. The broker see the market, and he says there is 1,000 trucks and there is only 500 loads. So that means for every load that I have, there is 2 trucks available. So if I'm paying $1,000 per load, I'm gonna pay 500. So with that information, he goes to the shipper and say, hey, guess what? I can move your loads. How much are you paying for your? Oh, he says, well, I'm paying $1,500 for loads, right? And now the broker goes, guess what? Instead paying $1,500, pay me only $1,000 because I can move your load for that price. Is he gonna say no? I am going to pay you $1,500 so you can pay the truckers more money. Do you guys think that he's gonna say that? No, he's not gonna say that. He's gonna say, deal. Okay, I'm gonna give you $1,000 so you can move my load. So the broker turns around and he sells for $500 and he makes other $500. And why he's making that decision, why is making that type of deals? Because he knows that there are truckers that they will do that. He knows exactly that there are hundreds of trucks that they will haul for a $500 load when that load was paying $1,000 or can be paid $1,000 for that load. So why are we going to blame the broker? Do you think a broker is going to go into a brokerage to fight for us? Does any of you think that way? Does any of you think that the broker is going to go and fight or lose his business so we can make money as a truck drivers? Now think about this. Let's say you become a broker. You go and get a load for, let's say, $1,000, right? And you turn around and you sell it for $500 to a trucker. And then you notice that there is another trucker who is willing to take it for $400. And there is another trucker who is willing to take it for $350. And there is another trucker who is willing to take it for $300. Now, do you think you are going to say to the truckers, hey, wait up. I'm not going to pay you $300 for this load. I'm going to pay you $500. Do you think you as a broker will do that? Do you think you're going to be that honest to tell a truck driver, you are asking, someone is taking this load for $300, but that's not good. I'm going to pay you $500. Do you think someone is going to say that? Do you think you as a broker will do that? I wouldn't. If I was a broker, if I make $1,000, if I get a load for $1,000, I would go and sell it for $100. If I find somebody that can do it, that's willing to do it for $100, that's what I will do. That's the reality. That's the reality. So why you guys are complaining against the brokers when you are the one who's taking those loads? You got to wake up. And now you are asking the government, regulate those brokers. You know the government doesn't give a shit about us. If we don't give a, if we do not give a shit about ourselves, if we don't care about ourselves, where, how, why you expect somebody to care about you, to care about ourselves? If you do not respect yourself, if you don't take pride on what you do, why you expect the government or somebody else will take pride or will give you the respect? If it doesn't make any sense. So the point I want to make here is that if we start changing the language, for instance, when you go and get a load and you ask the broker, this is my rate, and the broker offer you less money than what you think is fair for you, your family, your business, your sacrifice, all those things, and the broker is refusing to pay you more, is refusing to pay your rate because it's your equipment. It is your equipment. It is your sacrifice. It is your responsibility, your job. And he's not willing to pay that. Then move on. Then don't do it. It's, it's a very simple thing to do. Now, if you accept that, so why you are upset? Why are you upset? That's my question. What is upsetting you? The broker did not put a gun on your head and say, you got to take the load, otherwise I will shoot you. Right? So you were not obligated to take the load. Your own decisions obligate you to take the load. Your mismanagement, because you did not have discipline. You didn't plan for those bad times. So now you are paying the consequences. Now you got to bend your knees and take whatever the brokers want to give you. That's what you're doing. And you're getting upset. And you are blaming the broker. You are blaming the shipper. You are blaming the government. You are blaming everybody else. It doesn't make any sense. Last year, when I ran only 22,000 miles for the whole year, I averaged close to $5 per mile. I charged that much because, to be fair, diesel averaged $5 per gallon. In some states, you can buy it for $3.80, between $3.80 and $6, right? That's the average, between $3.80, $4 to $6. So I said, okay, I add up the numbers, and I decide I was going to charge $4 per mile or more. My minimum will be $4 per mile based on the diesel. So now, if the shipper doesn't agree, if the brokers don't agree with the rates, then they have more power than us politically. They are very powerful because they have the money. They have the connections, right? So they can go to the government now. They can go to the federal government and say, you know what? You got to lower the fuel prices, at least for the truck drivers, because they are charging us the same price per gallon. They are using that to charge us per mile. If you start adding all those numbers, what it costs your tires, your truck devaluation, your reefer devaluation, your time on the road, all the expenses that you have in order for you to maintain your business, your insurance, parking lot like this one, all those things, I think is fair to charge that much. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys have better ideas. Maybe there is a better way to level the rate. I don't know. But that's how I add those numbers. So if the diesel goes to $3, then I will be glad to charge $3 per mile. If diesel goes to $2, then I'll be glad to charge $2 per mile. But I'm right now, March 16 today, brokers don't want to pay more than $2 per mile. And diesel is about $5 per mile, an average. Per gallon. $5 per gallon, an average. And then everything else is expensive. And we are accepting those rates. And then we are crying and complaining and bitching and moaning. And we are doing all those things, but we continue hauling those loads. I am sorry that I had to say this. Some of you guys probably do not agree with me, which is okay. Some of you guys are going to criticize me, which is also okay. And I will love to hear those criticisms because I feel that I am going to learn from you guys. Okay? So welcome your criticism, your input. Please feel free to do that. Maybe we can come up with better ideas, and maybe we can share it with other people. with bigger channels, with people who have bigger platforms to help us out to move in the right direction for all of us. You know, I can, like, you know, my tractor is paid off, my trailer, my reefer is paid off. My tractor is a 2015, my reefer is 2018. And it is paid off. Okay. So I will be fine if I run for $2. If nothing happened to my truck, I'll be fine because my equipment is paid off. But if I do that, I feel like I'm cheating to you guys. I feel like I'm destroying this industry. I will not be able to sleep knowing that hauling loads for $2, little by little, I am helping the brokers and shippers to destroy this industry, to destroy independent owner operators. So I can do that. And that's the reason I am here sitting in my truck. Because today I woke up very early in the morning, started looking for loads. There were a bunch of loads, but none of those loads pay more than $2. And brokers, I believe, this is my opinion, I believe they made an agreement. I believe they made an agreement not to pay more than $2 per mile. In some cases, they are paying $1 per mile. Reefer. I'm talking about reefer. Okay? I seen it. For some areas, they are paying like $1, less than $1 per mile. So they are not doing it because they don't know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on. They know that we, the truck drivers, are willing to haul those loads for any money. Any money. And like I said before, little by little, we, the truck drivers, the people who drive the trucks, the people who move the loads from point A to point B or C. We are the one causing this problem. So my final point will be, or we stand now and suffer the consequences for a short period of time. Could take 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months. I don't think it will take more than a month for us to shut off our trucks and wait, because I'd rather do that than crawling my whole life for a few pennies. I'd rather do that. I'd rather suffer the consequences, stand up for what we believe, for what is good for the business, for what is good for the industry as a whole. And if I have to sell my truck, I will sell it. If I have to sell my other business, I will sell it. I don't care. But if we stand up together, we shut off our trucks, I bet it will take 2 weeks for those tomatoes to go to the garbage, for watermelons, for meat, for everything that has to go to the stores to get bad and go to the garbage. Then, only then, they will understand that we are very important piece in this puzzle. If we are not the most important piece in this puzzle. They know that. And I know they know that. The problem is that we don't know that, and we don't care to value ourselves. That's the problem. If you think I said something valuable, share it. If you think I said something that you don't agree with it, make your comment. If you think there's better ideas on how to make this industry better, please feel free to make a comment. I really appreciate it. I am doing this video because I think every one of us has the obligation to stand up for what we believe. All of us. Otherwise, we're gonna die. We will end up being just a number, and the brokers and shippers and whoever will do whatever they want with us. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your subscriptions again. Thank you for sharing my video. And para mis amigos en español, estoy tratando de hacer este video en inglés porque yo necesito practicar más el inglés. Mi inglés no es tan bueno. Y yo espero que también este video sea una motivación para ti, que quizás puedas abrir tu canal y ayudarnos a mejorar esta industria. Y si no has, para algunos de nosotros, si no has entendido lo que he dicho, ya sea por mi acento o ya sea porque tú no entiendes inglés, por favor escríbeme, hazme las preguntas que sean necesarias, yo lo voy a responder en español. Y pues sigamos en la lucha, ¿no? Así como dicen mis amigos los mexicanos, ¿no? Sigamos en la lucha, porque si seguimos así, desunidos y aceptando lo que los brokers nos quieren pagar, pues esta industria se va a ir al carajo. Y lo peor de todo es que no vamos a resolver el problema. Cobrando lo que ellos nos quieren pagar o recibiendo lo que ellos nos quieren dar, lo único que hacemos es alargar nuestra agonía, ¿no? Porque todo sube. Se te arruina el tractor, no te va a alcanzar para arreglar tu equipo. Así que o nos paramos hoy o vivimos arrodillados toda una vida. Así que muchas gracias, amigos. Discúlpenme si hay cosas que no han entendido o cosas que yo he pronunciado mal, pues tengo que mejorar con mi inglés. Así que muchas gracias por todo. Thank you so much to all of you guys. Again, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your comments, your thumbs up, your sharing. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.